Hello YouTube guys, I'm J1 here, and I'm back today doing a concept for Queen Amidala, Padme Amidala. So you may have seen my last video where I did not Grandmaster Yaddle, I still want to say Grandmaster Yaddle, where I did Master Yaddle. Well, Yaddle or Jedi Master Yaddle, whichever one you prefer. And I did say next up would be Padme, and so you're getting Padme next. So for Padme, her damage will be about 50 to the body, all classes, and 70 to the head on infantry and reinforcements, and be 865 or 68 to heroes. I think 65 is more reasonable since it's not as powerful. So yeah, for a headshot at least. So that's her damage output. Her health should be about 700. I feel like that should be the standard health for a blaster hero. I feel like it's just fair for it to be like that. So that's what all the normal health for my blaster heroes will be, 700. So yeah. Anyway, did he just walk through the wall? Anyway, basically what this will, her health recovery delay will be about 2 seconds. She's not a force user, so she won't have a long health recovery delay, but she still will have a 2 seconds delay. If she was a force user, it might have been lowered down to 1 second. Anyway, her health regen will be about 200, so she can regenerate 200 health. To regen that 200 health back time, that would be about 1 second, or at least 2, to regen that health back. So yeah. Anyway, that's basically all you need to know for her, other than she'll be using the Naboo Royal Pistol. Let me just go and search it up real quick and find out what it actually is, because I forgot to research it before the video. When we're back, it was the ELG 3A Blaster Pistol, if I'm correct, or the Naboo Royal Pistol for basically short. This would be her main weapon, and it will change depending on her appearance. However, this will be her main weapon for most of her appearances. So let's get into it. And sorry if I'm pausing a lot, it's because I'm having hiccups right now. Luckily, I'm not making sounds when it's actually happening, so I'm not ruining the video. Anyway, basically her abilities would be, her left ability would be called Grapple. Now this would make her use the grapple on her weapon, basically pulling the enemy to her. Now this is meant to be comboed with her middle ability, you will deal damage with your grapple. The damage will be only 20 though. Now her middle ability will be called Queen or Royal Queen, and basically this will give her increased damage, making her deal 90 damage to the body and 100 to the head on infantry, and 90 and 85 to the body and 90 to the head on heroes. But now I'm making sounds of the hiccups. Anyway, yeah, so that's the damage output when this is active. But it doesn't end there. she'll basically get unlimited proximity bombs, basically Bosk's bombs, and while the ability is active. This ability will last 10 seconds. Now you can spam the bombs. The way to get them out is by pressing the ability button. Now they can stick to surfaces, so you can go to certain locations and put them into locations you usually wouldn't be able to put them in at, so yeah, but you can spam them, and if an enemy is anywhere close in range, even if you're still throwing the detonator, they will still explode. As long as the enemy's in range, it does not have to land, and it will just basically explode. I give it the range of Bosk's detonator, of Bosk's proximity mines, which is a rather large range. So yeah. Anyway, her final ability will be called Decoy. Now this one would basically summon in what would be basically an illusion of Padme. She will use basically the same skin that you're wearing, which also means she'll use the same blaster. Anyway, for what this would be is, what would basically happen is that we'll basically put in a clone of Padme with the skin you're using, which will also make her use the blaster you're using. What this will do is the Padme can't damage enemies. Oh, I'm making sounds again. Basically, she's just making an illusion, technically, but her bolts will drain stamina if she hits an enemy. But there's no way for her to deal damage, so that is one thing. But the Decoy is AI controlled. So yeah, just wanted to get that all clear. And this will basically not run out of time, and she will only go away when you tell her to go away, which will be when you deactivate the ability. At that point, she will just fall to the ground or something like that, and basically act as if she was killed and respawning. But she cannot die, and will only go away if you basically cancel out the ability. So she can't deal damage, she can't die, and the only thing she can do is drain enemy heroes' stamina. And the cooling power and the cooling on her main weapon, it will be a short to medium ranged weapon, and will be able to fire about 20 shots before going into cooldown. I feel like that's pretty good for her. Now, it was said that she could one-shot a commando droid. That's not going to happen though for the weapon, because for the royal pistol, we said that she could one-shot a commando droid. This will not be the case though in the game, just for balancing reasons. But those were her abilities, and she does have unlimited bombs when using the ability, when using the middle ability. So yeah, well, and the unlimited proximity bombs or detonators, whatever you want to call them. So yeah. Anyway, that's basically it really for all that. Now we can just get into her star cards and her appearances, and there were a ton of appearances for her, and the main appearance I was going to give to her will have to be put off, but I don't really know any other appearances to replace it. So yeah, so I'll probably return the toggle thing which I use for Ahsoka, quicker. So yeah. So credit to that one YouTuber again, who would do the toggle thing for different things. This will basically be the same thing. So we'll get into the star cards, and then as usual we'll usually either get into the emotes if there's any, and then we'll get into finally her appearances. First star card. This would increase the range of grapple. So it already has about the range of Anakin's pull, and it does pull enemies to you. This one is meant to be combos with Queen with the bombs. So this is why it's more of a combo ability. So yeah. Anyway, this range will be increased and be like Anakin's attraction cards, giving her basically the same percentage as Anakin, giving her basically the same percentage for Anakin as well as Anakin. Do keep in mind you actually have to aim at the enemy you want to grapple. However, after you aim at it and you activate the ability, it will sort of lock on. It will lock on to the enemy, eventually pulling them away, eventually pulling them to you. Next one, she has more base health. This would basically go from 25 to 50. Wait, no. This would basically go from 10 to 15 to 25 or 30 up to 50, giving her 750 health. Next up, when she's using nah, that wouldn't really work. Oh, I didn't go over the cooldown for Decoy and Queen, did I? Now Decoy can be used for as long as you want. You just have to stop it for when you want. So I feel like that would be one of her most useful abilities in dueling in a 1v1. Basically, the cooldowns for Queen and Decoy. Queen would have about a 15-second cooldown, and Decoy having probably a 10-second cooldown. It's not too powerful, and really, even if you slash the Decoy, it won't really do anything. So it's more of a just fun little thing you can really do most of the time when you want. And this ability would increase the health she gets from Queen. Now I didn't go over how much health she'll get. I'll make it 150. So this would go from 150 to 170, 180, 190 and 200. So she gets 200 in extra health while it's being used. It's used. So you'll get about 900 health or 850 without this star card. With the health card on, this will give you 950 health or 900 health without this star card. So just to get that clear. Next up, she just receives less damage overall, giving her damage reduction. Now this will be quite small because her Decoy ability is basically meant to help her. Now it will go around the map, but if you need it, it will probably come to you, basically confusing the enemy, and most of the time it will be near you really. So this is a more useful ability for HVV, by the way. This will give it damage reduction. The damage reduction will go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and yes, I am doing it slower in case you had a hard time hearing it before. So she only gets 4% damage reduction, pretty small, but it's a good upgrade if you need it. Next up, the damage on grapple is increased. So this would go from 1, this will go from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, giving it 50 damage while it's being when it gets used. Next up, this will be something to do with something I don't know. She can fire her blaster for longer before it needs to go into cooldown. I feel like that's a good idea. So she's able to fire 20 shots already. This will go from, this would increase it to 3 shots on first on common, which is the grey. Then it will go to 5, then 6, then 10, so she can fire 30 shots before needing to go into cooldown. She has no long range option though, but I might not make it so the damage, so there's no damage drop off, but that doesn't really matter too much. Really, I probably wouldn't make it actually have a damage drop off, so yeah. Anyway, but then that sort of makes the pistol a bit overpowered, so I'm just going to make it a short to medium range. Oh, under the visible hiccup weapon. So this one would basically increase the time of Queen from 10 seconds over to how many seconds will be on here. This will be from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, allowing it to stay on longer for 14 seconds. But this gives you 4 extra seconds, giving you 14 seconds basically of increased health, unlimited explosives, which will even stay after the ability's been used, and will even stay the more time, and will even stay even if you reactivate the ability. So they're basically permanently stuck there until they explode, and you get increased damage with your increased health and unlimited explosives. So you get 4 extra seconds of that, and for Padme this would be a huge improvement. Next up, her health regen is increased. She already has 200, so this would increase it from, this will go from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50, giving her a 250 health regen. So yeah, and it's a new health regen time will stay the same as it was on 200. And then finally, her abilities have shortened cooldowns. This will go from 3 seconds to 4 to 5 to, this will go from 3 to 3.5 to 4 to 4.5. So you get a 4.5 quicker cooldown on all your abilities. Now before we get into all her appearances, I am going to mention one thing, and this is not really a thing that would happen, and I'm not going to do over the emotes because I can't really think of too many. Well, or lots really, or any really. Anyways, this will be her best strategies in heroes versus villains. Now I'll be going over 2 strategies on basically the best team for her. Oh sorry, keep on having these hiccups. Anyway, basically this will be the best heroes to be. This will be your best hero team for you. So we'll be going over one with the concept heroes that I did, and then one without. So the one with the concept heroes, your best team would be Leia, Padme, which you be Padme of course in this perspective, Qui-Gon, and then Anakin or Luke or Obi-Wan. Now in the non-concept, without the concept hero Qui-Gon, then this would be Obi-Wan, Anakin and Luke in his place, along with being in their own places before. So this would be the best team play. She's more of a, she can handle herself in a 1v1 better than Leia, but she can do well but she does much better as a team. And it's basically the same for most, if not all, heroes. Now onto her appearances. Her first appearance. Now I just want to say there will be an option where you can toggle which weapon you want to use. Now, however, you will have to get to a certain level to unlock this second weapon. This would be the weapon she was using at the when they first arrived at Geonosis to save Obi-Wan at Attack of the Clones. This would be her second weapon. You need to reach level 41 or at least level 5 to unlock the weapon. So about level 5 and you can unlock this weapon. However, it's just a skin, it does not affect anything else, it just is a skin. However, her royal pistol would be the default one. Just thought this would be a better idea. Originally it was going to be a toggle thing, but I feel like this would be a much better idea. This would be her default appearance would be the appearance she has when she began to arrive at Geonosis with Anakin to save Obi-Wan, like the one when they were going through the droid's factory. That's the appearance and the blaster this would be. Next up, this would give her the appearance she has when she went to meet Anakin at Mustafar. Next up, this would be the Clone Wars Red Jacket appearance. It's morely just a recolour of Leia's outfits, a default outfit, so not too special. Next up, this would be her battle damaged appearance, basically the appearance she has at the Battle of Geonosis with the scratch down her back. Now next up, we have her handmaid's appearance, basically the handmaid's appearance in the orange clothing that she had in the Phantom Menace. Next up, we have her Peace Queen appearance, or whatever it is, basically the appearance she has at the end of the Phantom Menace. Now next up, this appearance will basically be the... Now she has a ton of appearances, so I'm just going over different appearances that I think are worth being in the game. Her next appearance will probably be like the red robes she had, or I think it was a red robe she has, while the duel of Maul, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan's taking place. So this would be that outfit. I feel like it would be a nice outfit to use, so yeah. And then her final outfit, which would be a legendary or even a offense or thing like that, but this would be at least a legendary skin, and this would be her final skin. Now this would be probably the most iconic skin you probably see someone using. This is Queen Amidala appearance, basically in the red dress with like the orange lights things, with the white face paint and the hairstyle with the red and gold. You know what I mean. Basically the appearance she has when she's looking out the window. You know the appearance because it was in the Phantom Menace. So yeah, that would be her legendary appearance. So I feel like that would be probably a really good appearance to have in the game. Anyway, that's basically it for Padme. I don't know how I'm going to make the thumbnail. I'll probably use today's adventure appearance, recolour the jacket red, might recolour the gloves red, then probably just redo the hairstyle a little, and I'm probably going to be done. So depending on how it actually looks in the Clone Wars series, but I'll probably just end up recolouring the jacket. I feel like that's more simple to do. And I might change the hairstyle over to the hairstyle she has on her Hoth appearance. Feel like that could work well for the adventure appearance. Anyway, that's basically it for today's video. Tell me what you thought of it, and if you think she would be a fun hero. I think she would be a very fun hero to play, especially if you were 1v1ing with her and then you activate her decoy. That would just be so funny, having someone attacking the decoy and you just shooting them and they think it's the decoy. I think that would just be a bit funny to watch, but still, it would be quite funny. And this is sort of the ability where she basically gets like where she can basically kind of cheat, you could say. But really, it's a 50-50 chance. They either attack the main characters, they attack the main Padme, which is you, or the decoy Padme, which is an AI. It's an AI controls Padme. So yeah. Anyway, that will be it for today's video. I'll probably reduce the time on the star card. That reduces her ability recharge time from probably 4.5 seconds to probably 1 to 2 to 3, from 1 to 1.5 to 2 to 2.5 on seconds. I feel like they should not be too high, so that's why I give it usually a rather low one, especially if the abilities are powerful. Then it needs to be very low, in my opinion. Anyways, that will be it for today's video, and I think my hiccups are gone, but I don't want to speak too soon, but I probably already did. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys next time. Bye.